Howdy everyone, we are playing some Path of Exile right now. I got my guy Oisho. He's looking pretty beefy with all these charges. We got the frenzy charges, 11 power charges, 11 5 endurance charges. It's quite a bit. We're having a fun time with 27 total charges constantly pumped out. Zooming around pretty quick. And we're going to see if we can do a little shaper run here. See if we can go deathless with this build idea. See what happens. I currently am playing a Divine Ire, cast while channeling, Wave of Conviction. Let's see what happens. Going for the gold here. Okay. So we're storm branding to get as much pumped out as we can when it comes to damage. So he's down quick. Next, this is self-cast, and I made sure that there's no damage reflection. Tons of different types of penetration through curses. It's a lot of fun. But we're hoping that I can beat these bosses without dying. That's the main component at this point. This is piety, so there's always a chance to die there. Okay, next. Should be a simple one. Should be pretty simple. Shock and horror usually is pretty easy, but we'll see. Okay, that's 3. We got 4 right here. I'm getting a slight amount of lag, to be fair. It could be OBS. That's alright. Oh, this is unprecedentedly difficult. So I gotta really pay attention here. Oof. Oh. Man, he's always so tough, so he's always the toughest out of the bosses I have to fight. Whew, that was tough. Okay. Whew. I had to expend every last one of my abilities. Oops, I almost landed right on that. That would have been bad. Okay. Not too horrible. A good start. Real strong start. Almost died. But that was actually really close. Yeah, this Storm Brand is going to make the hits better when I land it. So I have to remember to keep the Storm Brand going. Okay, I got to focus up. Okay. Uh-oh, I almost lagged out there for a second. That's scary stuff. Okay. Am I missing? I wonder if I'm missing a specific aura. I think I have them all on. I should at least. I'll have to check in a second if I'm missing any auras. Let's see. Oh, they're all on. Of course they're all on. I have all my stuff reserved, so almost all my mana is reserved. This ability is really great when it comes to reserving mana as well. You can have extremely low amount and still use the ability. So currently I only have 47 mana to use, and I'm constantly able to cast these at any given time. Both Wave of Conviction and Divine Ire can be casted with minimal investment, or at least minimal mana usage at any given time. Okay, I gotta focus up. This has the potential to one-shot if it crits, so I gotta make sure I don't get hit. Okay, that's one. Scary stuff. I don't like the random glitchiness. Shouldn't be like that. Instantly into the... Okay. Okay, bring this over here. Ooh, I almost put that in a really bad spot. Okay. Put that right here. Okay. Doing good so far. Oh my goodness, that was way, way, way too close for my own liking. Oof. Scary stuff. Oh man, I had to flash past it for me to live there. And this is way too close. Oof. That was far closer than I would have liked to admit. This build takes a lot more skill when it comes to the endgame bosses than the Divine Ire totems, because it's a lot of self-casting, so instead of relying on constant pumping of totem damage, you have to literally do it yourself, so it takes skill and considerable amount of stress. I just almost had a heart attack there for a second. Riveting content. This is truly a challenge. That's the best part about it, because the Divine Iris is a challenge, but it's not nearly as challenging when it comes to skill as this. This is, you really got to be on your toes quite a bit, and I almost died at least 2 times so far this run. So, oof. We're coming down the last final stretch. As long as I can survive, I should be fine, right? We'll see. We'll see. I gotta stay focused, because if I don't, oh my goodness, I almost died just from that. Remember we were talking about focusing? Okay. All right. This is where it is. Oh man. Dancing. Oof, he's immediately going that route. Means I gotta go get these orbs away from the middle. Okay, focus up, focus up. Oof, okay, okay. Oh, man, scared me. Oh, Oh, man. That was next level freaky. Okay. Alright, I got that. Good for me at that point. Okay. Oh! Oh, man. Man. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Man! Oh! Oh! Holy moly, man! That's not that. Oh man, I'm about to pass out. I think. I don't. Hopefully, I'm all right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, dude. That's not your average everyday victory right there. That's the first time. There's always a first time for that for me. Hold on, let me collect myself real quick because I can feel it all up in here. Way too many close calls. Dear goodness. Whoa. You never expect that. I might oh my. I'm a bit flustered right now. I thought the coffee was doing that to me. It wasn't just the coffee, let me tell you that much. Oh, well, here's the build, so. Okay, I got the forbidden taste just in case I get real low real quick. It brings me back 96% of my life real quick. Take a little bit of 6 seconds of 8% max life damage taken as chaos damage. A little bit of that's mitigated. That's okay. It's to save me if I'm about to get wrecked really quickly. This taste of hate gives me some damage, gain physical damage as extra cold damage, 20%. This gives gain physical damage as extra chaos damage, and you get some elemental and chaos damage leeches life. Or no, as extra chaos damage and then chaos damage leeches life. That's what I meant to say. And then this gives some really great life regen, and yeah, you recover full life at the end of the flask effect. It's a lifesaver a lot of the time. This is Overflowing Chalice. When used, you can start gaining these other flasks more quickly. It also gives a little bit of damage when you use it. Creates consecrated ground. That's all right. But yeah. So, oh, man, still getting over that. That was absolutely phenomenal, to say the least. I feel, oh man, that was such beauty, such beauty. Okay, so, okay, so I got Enlighten, Elemental Weakness, and Blasphemy so that I can reserve this Curse Aura that gives negative 35 to elemental resistances, which I'm a lightning build in this case, so it's negative 35% of lightning resistance. I have Herald of Ash in here, but it's not necessarily used. I don't currently use it in my kit. Grace, that is exceptional with this specific right here. So in Iron Reflexes, and with Iron Reflexes, I obtain 90% physical damage reduction at any given time. So that's good. This Enlighten is level 6 due to the Viridi's Veil. And look at this Viridi's Veil. It's a good one. Maximum power charges. That's A+ stuff. +2 to socketed gems. Your hexproof if you have a magic ring in your right slot. I do have a magic ring in my right slot. 94 max life. That's the highest max life you can roll. Highest max life you can roll in the implicit. And I have minimum endurance charges, so that brings me up to 5. From there, we have 2 void battery wands, and these also give maximum power charges. So maximum power charge, maximum power charge. I also have maximum power charges here. I have a maximum endurance charge here, maximum power charge here, and I also have this Badge of the Brotherhood, which has infused, and that means that I get this little passive as well. So with the Badge of the Brotherhood, it says cooldown recovery rate of travel skills per frenzy charge, 7%. With this right here, Feral's Fur, you gain up to your maximum number of frenzy and power charges when you gain Kath's Stealth. This right here is just a really nice gloves right here, to be fair. It's mostly just for the fact that it's pretty decent gloves. This is the breadwinning. This is the penultimate. What amazing. I mean, to have this as an item, you can't get better at that point. At least for me. This build, this is the pinnacle of it. 16 to all elemental resistances. What a nice find in the mines. And it gives aspect of the cat skill, which it's exceptional with Feral's Fur. You need a way to get the aspect of the cat, and there it is. And then maximum power charge, and look at all that chaos resistance, maximum mana, maximum life. Wow. Mwah. Just such a absolutely phenomenal ring to find. And then so Coward's Legacy, if you're cursed with you are cursed with vulnerability with an 80% increased effect, you count as low life while you're cursed with vulnerability, and since you're cursed with vulnerability and you're hexproof, turns out that you're going to be pumping out more damage when you have pain attunement. So essentially, and then this is just like you can't be frozen, really strong tier 1 resistances, 30 movement speed. It's generally pretty good. And the regeneration of mana is making me sustain this divine ire. And so yeah, there's the build portion. And then for this right here, we have a Hierophant, we got Arcane Blessing, Conviction of Power, which gives the minimum endurance charges that you're looking for minimum, and then this gives a maximum, and then you get a minimum here, so that's 5 minimum, but it's really maximum as well. And then you have 4 to minimum power charges, but this is where it's good. 1 to maximum power and endurance charge, which is really, really great. We need that. And so with those power charges, we take all of those charges with gain maximum number of frenzy. Yeah, it's really great. And then of course with the duration, you want to go ahead and get the increased charge duration so that you constantly have as many charges as possible pumping at any given time. You get the minimum power charges, and then of course 8% increased damage per power charge. You go to the other side and you see you get the 5% increased armor per power endurance charge. That's 25% increased armor. I thought that was a nice little thing to grab. And then minimum frenzy charge, but you really want that increased damage. So you're getting 88% increased damage with that alone. And then you get other, well, this one's not necessarily as useful, but you get the 2% in movement speed, which is actually 22% increased movement speed. That's great. And then you have 55% increased evasion rating, which actually just equates to armor. And then just random things along the way coming from this side. You got the reservation efficiency. It all has to kind of glue together, right? And it really does glue together, right, with certain things added to the scenario. Never ever want to be stunned, so can't evade enemy attacks. With this, you're not going to be able to evade anyways, so you might as well just have the unwavering stance on. And then this is Iron Will, so strength damage bonus applies to all spell skills as well. And I have 261 strength, so I might as well make good use of it. We're coming up with the HP. We get to this right here, and dual wielding. I am dual wielding wands, so that's nice, and pretty alright spell lightning and physical damage added, even a little bit of chaos to spells. Why not? Avoiding being poisoned, that's not as relevant. And then we grab a little bit of these essentials along the way. So we grab this Divine Judgment, 50% increased elemental damage with 60% reduced reflected elemental damage taken. And then I have, of course, the pantheon of even more, so I actually have 100% reduced, which usually equates to no reflected damage. Sometimes it can in certain scenarios, but since I'm hexproof, it never does apply. So I'm essentially 100% always not going to get reflected damage, which is elemental. Okay. Then we have the gain lightning, or physical damage as extra lightning damage. And then we get a little lightning pen there. We got some mana reservation. Purity of flesh, get some chaos resistance in life. We got the chaos resistance. Corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, which is highly crucial. And then a little bit of cold resistance because I need it. Because without it, I'd be under my cold cap. And then, yeah, a little bit more lightning pen. Turns out that I have a need for this specific curse, and then when you come to what's in the Wave of Conviction, physical to lightning, infused channeling, great for mitigation, divine ire, awaken cast while channeling, and this is the best awaken cast while channeling you can get. Thank goodness on that sweet science. Okay, let's see. And then awaken elemental focus support, which gives +1 to elemental skill gems and a ton of elemental damage. My auras, grace, summon skitterbots, which is really nice because when you use elemental focus, you do not inflict elemental ailments with your skills, so you have to shock them another way. Shock and chill another way. Aspect of the cat is free with Feral's fur. And then you have the elemental weakness and wrath. And then clarity, so that I'm able to constantly cast this divine ire anytime I choose. The only maps that you really can't run, I mean, I'm sure there's certain ones. Of course, you can run the ones with LE Reflect. You can run the ones with physical Reflect because every ounce of the physical has been converted to either lightning or fire. And we're pumping out some pretty sizable damage. It's not like, world record damage or anything like that, but 333 just sitting here with divine ire. And that's the tooltip. And then we have tooltip 145 average damage. Every time it hits, it's hitting for 145 bare minimum, just base, before anything else is added. And it applies 15% elemental resistance exposure, so -15. And all in all, just such a delight. Absolutely everything physical related. So I can do any physical reflect map that you'd ever want to run. I can also run any elemental reflect map that you would ever desire. And then the only map I can think of that I can't run would be something along the lines of I can't recover mana. And there might be some other maps that might hit me pretty hard too, considering I have a lower life pool of 3,400 and then a little bit of a shield at 747. So all in all, just such a delight. What a wonderful build. And I'm just looking at it and I'm really impressed that I just beat Shaper Deathless. I mean, look at this. This is outrageous. You love to see it. Never. I've never done. Nope, that hasn't happened. This just happened. This just happened. Wow. Thank you, everybody. That was fun.